And we say greetings, this is Kabanka Pyramid representing the Lion Voice blog. Make sure that them check it out and stay tuned. See? Rastafari blessings every time.
I said. So, before we go any further, let us get straight into the topic. What are the components that we're going to need for African liberation? I'm going to talk about 5 components. The number 1 component is an economic system that allows us to build an economic base. Big up to Dr. Claude Anderson and Powernomics. You know, he talks about economic base as being first floor in attaining true collective power. And that is something that, you know, as we move into the continent, as we reimagine south to south trade, connecting the continent to our diaspora globally, we have to, the foundation level, create an economic system. The basis of this economic system, of course, has to be agriculture. His Majesty said agriculture is a prerequisite for industrialization, and he says that any people who invest in agriculture can look forward to a bright future. I'm paraphrasing. But the point is that the economic foundation that which we build as we move into the continent, the point is that the economic system that we're building as we move into the continent has to be based on agriculture, food sovereignty, water security, because at the end of the day, you have to eat food, you have to drink water. So why not make sure that our economic system is based on something that we know everybody needs? So this is where ITAL standards come in. This is where Rastafari health practices and growing practices can give us a competitive edge in the marketplace. So the building of Zion requires the foundation, which is our economic system, and that's agriculture. So the second pillar, and I'm going to speak specific to the Rastafari family, but this is applicable to the Pan-African family. This is applicable to the global African family. But particularly as Rastafari, I have to speak to my core audience, which is Rastafari brethren and sisters, mostly brethren. This channel is for everyone. But the core, we know our core is definitely Rastafari. And let me just clarify, if you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Some of us have been here from the very beginning. Some of the Lion Pride have been here from 10 subscribers. We're now over 890. We're headed toward 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, which of course is the minimum threshold for YouTube to monetize. It is our intention to monetize the channel and to make this a sustainable part of the Dejazmatch Kwasi ecosystem. And the ecosystem model is something that I'm going to be sharing a little bit more as we go along, because this is going to be one of the pillars of the vision of how we move forward as a people in terms of our creative industry. Now, let me just talk about the Lion Pride and just say big up the Lion Pride, the support. Yesterday, we were aiming for 10 people on the live. We actually had 22 people who tune in, so we more than doubled. And I know people will say 10, 22, what kind of small number you deal with, Ras? As creatives, I tell my clients, set achievable goals. We're still a baby channel. We're still getting the word out. So we set realistic goals, we like to under-promise, over-deliver. I didn't know, based on the promotion, we put it out on the social media. But remember that only a small fraction of your actual friends and followers on those social media platforms actually see your posts and your content. So, we didn't expect big, but we know that the word of mouth will spread. The episode has been viewed over 150 times so far since yesterday. And if you're watching it on Saturday, of course, that would be Thursday, May 25th. that we did the live. So it's probably north of 200 views at this point. So we give thanks that we're reaching that many people. And I always say, as creatives, if you get 200 people in a room and you can deliver a message, that's a blessing. So on this platform, we count our blessings. We don't complain about what we don't have. Not at the Lion Pride. In the Lion Pride, we have gratitude for what we do have. Speaking of gratitude, we want to welcome 2 new sponsors to the Lion Voice Network. Yes, I said sponsors. People are watching. People are seeing the vision. We do have sponsorships available at very reasonable rates, given that we're still small. So now is the time to build a relationship. If you love what you see, you love the content, you have a business, a service, now is the time. Reach out to see how we can help to highlight your product or service. So I want to just big up, first and foremost, Raymia Designs. I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see the cleverness. Big up Raymia Designs. That means everything from Zion. You can see this nice, it comes with a metal straw. Solid, your hot drink, cold beverage, seal, open, nice. They sell things like this. They have a lot of designs. We're going to put up the website. Please go and visit them and let them know that you came from the Lion Voice Network. We give thanks that they have supported, and they are now also a part of the Lion Pride on Patreon. We also want to welcome Ras LIDJ, the founder of the Rego movement. You saw his commercial at the beginning of the episode. He has come on board as a sponsor. His episode did very well for the channel. Across all of the episodes, all of the clips, the feed forward has been tremendous. So the brethren has seen the response and has decided to invest, in his brethren platform, and we give thanks for that, because we say collective security for surety. So the greatest thing is when you can live what you say, and I give thanks because, again, I've been telling my clients for years, build out their creative ecosystem. I've been telling them for years, consistency beats perfection. And now that I've put myself out there into the public space, many works to share, including Haile Selassie's Ethiopia, the rise of the priestly warrior kings. Beautiful. So we have so much to get into. But before we do that, let us get into the topic. So, second part is the orange economy, otherwise known as the creative industry. For this, I have put together a creative ecosystem model that you can go on my website, you can download the outline, and this is something that I'm tweaking. It's based on Mother Nature and how a natural ecosystem works. We've divided, across all creative endeavor. We try to create a system that can be applicable to whatever your creative part is. This is my creative ecosystem, or the Lion Voice Network is part of my creative ecosystem that you all are getting to see actualize. But there are other aspects of the ecosystem. The Patreon is part of the ecosystem. The Facebook, the Instagram, these are all parts of the ecosystem. So in terms of how we conceptualize how all of these things work together, that is what we're building, and that is what I do consultations. So if you're interested in going deeper into the ecosystem model and building alongside the Lion Voice Network, book a consultation. Let's talk, let's build. But those are the two things, and I think that the ecosystem is critical for the economic foundation, because we need a decentralized economic foundation, meaning that all of the individuals within the ecosystem are economically strong, or at a minimum have economic tools that they can leverage, whether it be an audience, whether it be a product or service, things that can plug into the other ecosystems. So if all the creatives have their own ecosystem, then it's easy when it comes time for a collaboration, because anyone who approaches I now, there's ways that I can fit them in, whether it be an interview, whether it be sponsorship, whether it be, and it's not unique to I. Every creative can set up their own ecosystem because you're passionate about something. There's an audience out there that's passionate about what you're passionate about. Your voice is unique in that it's your voice. I built my platform and I talk about things that I'm passionate about. I greet the emperor every time I come on the screen because that's how I feel comfortable and that's how I live. You might do your platform differently, but you can go ahead and set up your ecosystem, your platform, and all of us now connecting. It's strong, so they can't cancel no one, because we have countless platforms on which we can connect, countless platforms on which we can trade. And remember, His Majesty said, farmers farm, traders trade. I shall govern you with the ordinances that have been passed down by my forefathers. That was the coronation proclamation. So trading is part of a thing amongst each other and building it up. That's why we created the Association of Rastafari Creatives, to create a trade association. Again, that we're talking about trade, setting up that economic foundation. So that's number one, is again the economic foundation. And the same thing for agriculture. We're looking at decentralized systems of farms, small producers, bringing their produce together, aggregate ITAL standard to sell to larger markets, but also the lifestyle, promoting a lifestyle, marketing a lifestyle of farmers markets, of people purchasing food frequently as part of their health and wellness. You go out for a walk, you buy fresh produce, you cook it that night. It's not too much storage. Yes, there will be storage component, but if you look at places, even in Europe, Africa, you find out that people go to the market often. That's part of the social interaction. That's part of the community. That's where you see. So we want to bring those things, those Asian traditions that we thought, because guess what? You get it up, it's exercise, it's social interaction, which is a mental health piece. Part of the reason why so much people are mad is because people don't talk to each other anymore. Social interaction is limited. You're interacting mostly with a screen. So these things are critical in terms of economic foundation. At the market, trade is happening. Because we need a dressmaker, we need this, we need that, we need a plumber. So all of these things are part of, again, the liberation. Because if we can feed ourselves, we can free ourselves. If we control our creative industry, we control the culture. And that is critical. And any government right now that wants to maintain its culture is investing in the creative industry or the orange economy. You can ask K-pop and the example of South Korea. But I don't want to get too much, because we have 4 other areas to talk about when we talk about African liberation. But number 1 is the economic foundation or economic system.
Them could never conquer the mountains, thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again unto the world, now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, Now we same one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the beast. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Well, solar energy that them a see. The whole city powered by the sun's energy. The road them make out of hemp and concrete. Neighborhoods full of fruit trees that taste sweet. The youths put down them guns, them harvest and a reap. The beautiful gardens will line every street. Tired of the bloodshed, them done with the beef. Not even animals feed them burn out the meat. Where people say Haile Selassie, I see Nile. When they see say him a treat the dirt like a child. Peace on earth from the banks of the Nile. That's why we giving thanks in style. See say Babylon a weapon, them a stockpile. Babylon a wicked, kill them brother and smile. Lion, Babylon a reptile. Them a plant fish, shed blood, we got plans for the soil.